Today, we will talk about top 10 volcanic adventures, exploring Earth's fire. 1. Sierra Negra Volcano, Galapagos. It might be one of the smaller volcanoes on our list, but Sierra Negra in the Galapagos Islands is also one of the widest, with a huge 30-kilometer circumference. What's more, it boasts one of the largest and most active volcanic craters in the world, almost 10 kilometers across. You'll hike for several hours through lush forest until you reach the rim of the crater and peer over the rim into an otherworldly lava field. Trek a little further and you'll reach Volcan Chico, a parasitic vent volcano letting off clouds of steam. On a clear day, you'll be able to see all the way to the ocean, to Santiago and Fernandina Islands. 2. Mount Fuji. What volcano could be more iconic than Mount Fuji, one of the most popular hikes in Japan? The perfectly conical shape has huge cultural significance, inspiring countless artworks, and many Japanese people make an annual pilgrimage to the shrines on the mountain. At 3,776 meters, climbing to the summit is not for the faint-hearted. Many people restrict themselves to a day hike up to one of the base camps, known as fifth stations. There are 4 different routes to the top. The most popular is the Yoshida Trail, as it's the easiest to hike and has the most mountain huts and amenities along the way. It also faces east, so you can time your ascent with the sunrise. 3. Kilauea Hawaii. One of the world's most active volcanoes, Kilauea has been erupting continuously since 1983, providing a spectacle viewed by several millions of people a year. The 17-mile crater rim trail takes you around the rim of Kilauea's crater, where you'll be able to witness the steam rising from the crater and will pass through both lush rainforest and barren lava fields. While it's an easy, clearly demarcated trail, you must be wary of the sulfur dioxide fumes coming from the crater. Due to the high activity of the volcano, it's worth checking the current conditions on the Hawaii Volcano National Park's website. 4. San Cristobal, Nicaragua. Challenge yourself by climbing Nicaragua's highest volcano, and one of its most active. The hike consists of a non-stop ascent up steep, ash-covered slopes. You'll struggle to find a grip on the scree. Clouds of ash and volcanic gas fill the air, but the view from the crater rim at the top is unsurpassed, offering a panoramic view of the surrounding volcanoes such as La Casita and El Chonco. On clear days you can see all the way to neighboring Honduras. 5. Mount Ngoruho, New Zealand. Mount Ngoruho, on New Zealand's North Island, is perhaps better known as Mount Doom from Lord of the Rings. You know, the one Frodo had to climb to destroy the Ring of Power. We guarantee your own ascent won't be as harrowing. But even so, it's not for the faint of heart. The ascent of Mount Ngoruho is most commonly undertaken as a side trip along the epic Tongariro Alpine Crossing. You'll start from the south crater entrance and just need to follow the path upwards. It's a steep incline and tough terrain, loose tephra in the summer and ice and snow in winter, necessitating ice climbing equipment. But the satisfaction of reaching the summit and looking out over the black volcanic peaks and turquoise crater lakes makes it all worthwhile. 6. Arenal Volcano, Costa Rica. In 1968, an extinct volcano named Mount Arenal surprised everyone by erupting. Several small villages were destroyed, but in the longer term, the area became a site of interest for volcanologists and tourists keen to hike its slopes. There are several trails around the mountain. The best known is Arenal 1968, which winds across the volcano's western slope, over the lava fields which are beginning to be reclaimed by the rainforest. You'll have some excellent views of Arenal and nearby Cerro Chato. It's possible to climb to the crater of the latter, but not the former, due to the risk of another eruption taking place. 7. Cerro Negro, Nicaragua. It's a short, steep climb up the north face of Cerro Negro to reach its summit. Once again, you'll be scrambling up the rough volcanic slopes, which are completely devoid of vegetation. From the top, you'll be able to see the crater, which often emits smoke. But best of all, you don't have to walk back down. Instead, you get to try volcano boarding. Wearing a boiler suit and goggles, you'll sit on your board and slide down the sandy west slope to the bottom. 8. Atatnango, Guatemala. If you're interested in volcano hikes in Guatemala, then Atatnango should be top of the list. The best way to tackle this challenging hike is to do it over 2 days. That way, you'll be able to wild camp on the volcano. On the first day, you'll hike up through biodiverse cloud forest, making camp just below the tree line. Once it gets dark, eyes peeled for adjacent El Fuego, which might be living up to its name by shooting sparks and smoke into the sky. Undertake the final scramble to the summit before dawn. Yes, it'll be cold and exposed on the slopes, but you'll be treated to a spectacular view of sunrise across the Guatemalan highlands. 9. Rumahoy, Ecuador. Towering at 4,712 meters, Ecuador's Rumahoy is the highest volcano on this list, and climbing it is no mean feat. There are actually 3 high points on the edge of the crater, all of which can be climbed. Rumahoy Norte, 4712 m, Rumahoy Central, 4631 m, and Rumahoy Sur, 4696 m. Whichever peak you choose, you'll be contending with hiking at high altitude, low temperatures, and uneven terrain. However, although it's a scramble to the top, you don't need any technical mountaineering expertise or equipment. In fact, many hikers use Rumahoy as an acclimatization hike for neighboring Mount Cotopaxi, 5,897 meters. 10. Mount St Helens USA. Mount St Helens dominates the skyline in the Cascades Range in Washington state. Climbing it requires a permit, which can be easily obtained online, but do so in advance. Numbers are limited. There are 2 routes to the top. Monitor Ridge route is the summer route. It begins at Climbers Bivouac Trailhead, where you can camp the night before, and winds upwards through forest and lava fields before a scramble across boulders to the top. Winter climbers must take the longer Warm Flows route, a more direct route across ridges and open slopes. You'll need technical climbing experience to navigate this icy terrain. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.